welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and I do 5-star book reviews. And if you watch me at all, you know how much I love historical fiction. So today we are talking about this book right here, The Lost Daughter by Jill Paul. And I couldn't wait to read this because I know Jill is such an amazing writer. I knew how good this book was going to be, okay? So what you don't know is that for every 5 or 6 historical fiction books I read, I do one book review, okay? Like, I am picky historical fiction reader because I've read so many that if I'm reading and they've lost me in like the 3rd or 4th chapter, I'm done, okay? If I can, I don't know, I don't know what it is, okay? But if it doesn't have it, I'm done. Like if we're talking historical fiction and it feels forced, I'm done. Like if I feel like they're trying to fill in a timeline and it's forcing it and I'm like, oh, no, I'm done. So I just can't. But this one, well, we all know, like if you've read any of her books, we know how good it's going to be. And I knew how. And Jill, if you're watching, because you know how much I love you, okay, I loved this book so much. So 496 pages. Did you hear me? That is a long book. I read it in like 3 days though. And let me tell you, I did not want it to end. And then let me tell you something else. In her Kindle edition, I got another extra chapter. And I was like, yes, thank you, Jill. You could have given me another 100 pages and I would have been very, very happy about it. World War One historical fiction. So what are we talking about here? We are talking about The Lost Daughter. We are talking about the Romanovs, okay? A little bit of history for those of us, not me, because I am really well-versed on the Romanovs. I've read so many books. And that's another thing. I've read so many books, and yet she kept my interest in this one. Because I think, oh, can somebody else write another book about them? Yes, she can. So we've got the daughters, okay? We got Olga, Tatiana, Maria, Anastasia, and then their son, Alexei. And I think I'm saying that right. And another little history tidbit, okay? I think I'm going to post some pictures of them up on the screen as I say their names. Because why look at me the whole time, right? Alexandra was Maria's mom, okay? So Nicholas is the dad, and I'm putting these pictures up there. So you're looking at these pictures. We got Nicholas, we got Alexandra, okay? Who's Maria's mom. Then her mom, okay, was Princess Alice. And who's Princess Alice? She's the daughter of Queen Victoria, okay, of England. So the history back then, like, I think that's why I love it so much, is that these families in Europe are all intertwined. They're all related. I love Queen Victoria so much. I could cry. I really could. So I just put her picture up there too. Anyway, we start off in the prologue, the night of the execution, July 16th, 1918, for all you people who know that. And I do know that off the top of your heads. That was the night they were all executed. Nicholas, Alexandra, and all the children, okay? But there's been so much speculation. What is wrong with my talking tonight? So much speculation about, were they all killed? They know for a fact Nicholas was killed, okay? But the rest, it's been the big thing for the whole 100 and some years, okay? Did they survive? Did any survive? So what Jill does is give us the story about Maria. What if Maria survived, right? What if? I want to believe it. I do, Jill. You know I do, because I read your other book too. And I just want to believe that, because they're not sure about Tatiana and Maria, okay? Not 100% anyway. So we have that like little bit of like hope that they survived. So we have 2 timelines, okay? She starts the first timeline in 1918 with the Grand Duchess Maria, okay, surviving. And the second timeline is 1973 with Val Doyle. Now, what I loved about what Jill did with this story was sometimes when people put 2 timelines, they kind of collide a little bit early. So you're not liking that. I don't like it, okay? Maybe other people like it, but I don't. I like to read like 3/4 to almost the end when those 2 timelines collide and we figure out how are they related. How do we take this beginning of 1918 and then this story in 1973 and how do we merge them? And she does it beautifully. Okay, up on your screen, I'm going to read some things because I am not the only person, okay, who is obsessed. First of all, the Amazon blurb. If you loved I Am Anastasia by Ariel Lawhon, You won't want to miss this novel about her sister, Grand Duchess Maria. What really happened to this lost Romanov daughter? A new novel perfect for anyone curious about Anastasia Maria and the other lost Romanov daughters by the author of The Secret Wife. Fascinating. Jill Paul captures this family and this period of history so vividly. Such a wonderful book by Hazel Gaynor. And Hazel, I know how much you guys know. I love Hazel, okay? And she should know because she writes amazing historical fiction. This epic story is so engrossing that readers will have difficulty putting it down. Yes. I had such a hard time putting it down. I couldn't wait for these stories. It's like that buildup of these two stories, and you're like, how, like, I think I know, and then I don't know. You don't know, so don't bother. Okay, you don't know. And I love that, Jill. I love that you kept us guessing all the way to the end, okay? Let's see, what else can I say about this book? I don't know what else to say. I want to tell you how many books Jill's written, but I don't know. She has written so many books, and I'm going to put the interviews that I did with her. I did 2 interviews with her. I'm going to put those below so you can watch them. And I just love you, and I can't wait to see what you're writing next. That is the only bummer about not being able to talk to you, is that I don't know what you're writing next, but I don't care. It'll be amazing. It doesn't matter. You can write anything, and I'm going to read it, okay? I'm going to set that time aside, and I'm going to read it, because this was, I don't know, there have been a lot of great historical fiction this year, but this is up there, okay? So if you are a historical fiction fan, you do not want to miss out on this book, because it's it's got everything, okay? And especially if you are a Romanov history buff like I am, then you are definitely going to want to read this book. So I will have the IndieBound. I will have the Amazon link listed below. Don't miss out. Read it. Let me know what you think about it. I want to know. I want to know if you've read it. I want to know if you're going to read it. I want to know if you've read any of her books. I want to know if you love her as much as I do. So everyone, thank you. Have a great evening, and until my next book.